I'm Marvel. This channel exists to connect gamers to MMOs they'll love. In this series, I play the most underrated MMORPG on Steam, Project Gorgon. It's inspired by old school MMOs like classic EverQuest, Asheron's Call 1, and Star Wars Galaxies. Thank you for watching and subscribe for more MMO content. In the last episode, walking into Cerebral Keep, I heard loud, orchestrated music blaring from inside the inn, which was filled with more players than I had ever seen before. Welcome to the weekly Project Gorgon Poetry Jam at Cerebral Keep. You can see every type of transmutation: fox, rat, bear, spider, deer, wolf, cow, bat, and I'm sure I'm missing some. Every in-game available race is represented, joining in with the fun to be shared by the Project Gorgon community. If this is not a vertical slice of Project Gorgon, I don't know what is. Most players are playing music, writing poetry, evaluating poetry, strengthening their alcohol tolerance, or dancing, and we'll cover each of these in more detail. Veterans can also fill in the gaps, since I'm sure I'm going to be missing details in this episode. It is at this point I realize it'd be opportunistic to equip my lyre and join along. This gathering of musicians, similar to actually performing music, is an effective setting in which to better learn to play an instrument. A poem by Dangwin appears on my screen. At the top of the text area, you can see that this text represents an oral performance. It's my impression that submitting poetry is also a skill that likely interacts with the bard, music, and dancing skill lines. Moreover, like any artistic exchange, a response is expected. In this case, since my character heard a poem, I can judge it, ranging from rating the creation as garbage to being a robust poem that I personally enjoyed. The rating system does not affect experience earned by writing or performing a poem, as to incentivize honesty and accessibility. Moreover, apparently evaluators are given the same experience regardless of their score, and since scores are aggregated, it's simplest to be honest. At this point, I ask someone to help explain the controlled chaos in the inn, to which BMJ encourages me to participate. See the incorrect spelling? Remember it because it comes up again later. EverQuest veterans know where this is going. Periodically, a group of celebrants will speak the same word. I'm unsure if this is an in-game mechanic or a player-driven follow-the-leader game, yet it's endearing. BMJ then tells me that poetry appreciation, in other words, the skill leveled up by evaluating other poems, is required in order to learn the bard skill line. I wonder how many Saturday poetry jams it takes to judge enough player-made compositions to meet that prerequisite. On the top left of my screen, you can see an array of buffs. While a veteran needs to help me break down the source of each, my impression is that since there are many overlapping artistic skills being used, that my character is receiving the benefits of each, including dancing, playing music, bard, and probably others of which I'm ignorant. Enjoy the Maynid madness. As I'm still trying to understand what is going on, BMJ lets me know that I can sign up for a raffle. Those who saw my last episode may remember this being my cue to head to Cerebral Keep. I ask how to enter, and I'm requested to approach the stage. See, hick! We'll get to that in a second. I realize that there's an item on the floor that, through UI interaction, can enter you into the giveaway. I love this feature because it promotes player activity such as this, yet I'm unsure if anyone can create a lottery or if you have to level up a particular skill sufficiently. It's also at this point that I see an owl, duck, and bunny, 3 animal forms I did not think I've come across yet. Hear the creepy laughter? Do you remember the skeleton boss in a previous episode? The curse for being defeated by her is that she could spawn around you at any random time in plays. So someone here still has Ursula's curse. Hilarious. I walk upstairs and see a keg next to some beds. suggestive. In typical Project Gorgon style, it was crafted by someone who apparently augmented it with various effects. Responsibly, I disregard the warnings and enjoy some beet vodka. I'm sure Dwight K. Schrute would be proud, or offended, or both. Either way, as my character consumes this ambrosia, she also earns experience in alcohol tolerance. While mostly vanity, I presume that this skill line enables Iron Gut adventurers to consume more effective drinks that otherwise would be restricted, yet Project Gorgon veterans can fill in the gaps of my understanding. As you can see, the screen blurs, and I'm given a notice that there is a particular limit to the amount and types of drinks you can have concurrently drunk, so perhaps there are mechanical differences between hard and soft drinks. I'm also a little surprised that my character can, at least from my perspective, walk in a straight line. I rejoin the party and attempt to say, swig vibes, yet what comes out of my mouth is rebs, which is exactly what would happen if a completely dry individual quickly consumed 3 servings of beet vodka. Periodically, you see people jumping. Apparently, there's a bard buff that extends the y-axis of your character's jump, so players enjoy the extra distance. During the festive disorder, BMJ tells me, a drunken stupor, that dancing can cause you to fly like a bird. But it's hard to tell if this description is his drunken character speaking metaphorically or delusionally, or if you can in fact transmute into a raptor through dancing. I see people jumping as if in a Willy Wonka factory, and I want to test my elf's vertical reach too. Remember this buff because it becomes important in a later episode. I see a wolf climbing a rafter because, of course, that's what wolves do, and realize it must have great optics for the celebration. After some failed attempts, I finally joined the ancestral dog. Take a look. And I just now noticed that the lyre animation includes individual finger movements. Kudos to the animator. Dangwin then notifies the participants that something is dropping at the well in 3 minutes. I run out and realize the noun well has a different meaning than pool. While someone bemoans their absence from the poetry jam, apparently there's an after party. Frames per second is about 30, and with several dozen people on screen for an indie game, I'm impressed. There's gruesome spooky punch in a bowl. Can you see what it does? Remember in an earlier episode in which red font colors refer to enemies? Stay alert to see how the situation unfolds. I see large statues which, when examined, inspire your character. I have so many buffs at this point, I have no idea what this inspiration does. I also see a group of players huddled around a cauldron like a developing planet. Slugs, death, and flapskulls surround me. Is drinking its content really that wise? However, I have some trouble selecting it. Perhaps Project Gorgon veterans can cue us to know how to target an object obfuscated by others. I finally access it, which provides a description of what you can loosely expect as a result of consumption. Obviously, I try to guzzle the liquid, yet I can't because my metabolism is too low. I then take some sips. I receive the benefit, or curse, of the 2 unknown words of power, which for new viewers are one-time ad hoc status effects. I take a step back and see more slugs and more red names. This can't be going in a good direction, can it? Watch. It's my guess that someone else also had PvP mode activated who targeted the group with a firebomb that resulted in my elf being incinerated. I am happy that Project Gorgon does have some PvP, since it was my impression that it was an entirely PvE game. I return to the Bacchic Frenzy to enjoy another drink. Ah, right, that word of power instantly kills you. Joining the ecstasy group mind again, the allure of the cauldron of vile thoughts magnetizes me like the Odyssean sirens. But now I'm being transported. What's going on? Watch the next episode to find out. Thanks for watching.